You see, one of the most useless things that happened to Nigeria is Akpabio. Like, one of the most terrible disaster that before Nigeria is Akpabio. Do you know that few hours ago, Rufai actually destroyed Akpabio in a live television, in a live interview. He finished Akpabio A to Z. Now, where the matter actually emerged from was the fact that the NNPC president, or maybe the former NNPC president, Yari, or whatever the man name is, they said 210 trillion was missing in NNPC. Do you know how much 210 trillion is? This man, according to reports, 210 million was missing, and this man ran to the UK. He ran to UK. They issued him something like a subpoena or talking about that he should come back to Nigeria to come and give account of how the money was missing. For the past few months, up to a year, this man did not return until they issued an arrest warrant for him, that they will come and arrest him and all of that. That was when he then said that he went on a trip, on a hospital trip to the UK for close to a year. And as a matter of fact, they finally brought the man to Nigeria. And guess what? The moment they brought this man to Nigeria, the committees actually sat him down. And Senator Oshiomhole was actually part of the committee. And Oshiomhole had been very vocal in the Senate for the past few years. Now, Oshiomhole was asking him questions. Where is this money? But guess what? This man was even trying to turn it to rough and all of that. Then Oshiomhole was pissed off. Oshiomhole was like, you are a thief. You people are a thief. NNPC, you are a thief. 210 trillion is missing. Money that can actually clear all the debt of Nigeria that Tinubu is borrowing loan up and down. That money alone is enough to clear the debt of Nigeria. The debt of Nigeria as it stands now is 150-something trillion or thereabout. And we are talking about 210 trillion here. But guess what? Akpabio told Oshiomhole and the likes of some other senators, said Oshiomhole should apologize to that man for calling NNPC a thief. People that stole 210 trillion. And as a matter of fact, Akpabio never wanted Oshiomhole to talk in the Senate. Guess what Akpabio said? Akpabio said the 210 trillion naira issue is actually a distraction. No, this is no. Let me leave you to watch the video. Just watch it for yourself. Just watch this for yourself. I'd like you to stay connected to the end of this video. If you can share the video, just where to share it. Share to different social media platforms. Let it go viral. Let a lot of people get to know what's going on in their country. Nigeria is gone, and if you can't share the video, just where to like it. Like it, give it a thumb up so that it will be recommended for us. You will hear what Rufai said to this man. Just stay connected. Like for Watch TV. My name is Laju. I'm coming back again.
Weeks ago, we sent a letter to the government of Nigeria to recover the sum of $120.5 billion. If this money is recovered, we have no business taking loans from anywhere in the world. As we are gathered here, or yesterday, the Senate of the Federal Republic was in turmoil because the NNPC has not been able to explain what happened to the sum of 210 trillion naira. Wow. A committee of the Senate has summoned the former GMD of NNPC, Mr. Mile Kyari, but the full House, headed by Godswill Akpabio, did say yesterday that the committee has no power to summon the big man, and the Senate apologized to him for embarrassing him. On our own part, we have written a letter to the Senate that we want a copy of the report where it is stated that 210 trillion naira cannot be explained. Again, if this money is recovered, that will be enough to fix our comatose hospitals, our roads that have been turned into death traps, and provide jobs for young people. Therefore, this protest is also against the worsening insecurity in our country. We are calling on the government as a matter of urgency to rescue the children that are in custody. Just imagine, the primary school pupils, some of them just barely 2-3 years old, have been at the mercy of elements for the past weeks. Come rain, come sunshine, those kids are suffering. No medical attention, no food for them. And so for us as Nigerians, all of us are in custody, one way or the other. And we demand the immediate release of those children and their teachers. As you are well aware, a teacher has been beheaded in order to compel the government to move speedily to have those children released. Great Nigerians! Great Nigerians! We also want to thank you for coming out today to mark the June 12th anniversary.
Yes, sir.
As you are well aware, there is no democracy in Nigeria.
Yes, sir.
What we have is civil rule.
Yes, sir.
Civilian administration.
Yes, sir.
The struggle for democracy must continue.
NNPC has no reputation. Your reputation is for fraud. How can you sit on to our face and say people want their children to be
because the senator does not mean you should sit here and be abusing
you think we are
the whole people in NNPC and us here.
Mr. Chairman, we need to make wait. Don't do that. Wait. When the senator has the floor, please allow me to land, and I will land nicely. I listen. I hear you say people want their children to be employed in NNPC. Yes, because it's a house of thieves, and they want their children to benefit from it. Yeah. So you don't say those things. Number two. Wait. Allow me to finish. NNPC has no reputation. Your reputation is for fraud. How can you sit on to our face and say people want their children to be
because the senator does not mean you should sit here and be abusing
you think we are
the whole people in NNPC and us here.
Mr. Chairman, we need to make wait. Don't do that. Wait. When the senator has the floor, please allow me to land, and I will land nicely. I listen. I hear you say people want their children to be employed in NNPC. Yes, because it's a house of thieves, and they want their children to benefit from it. Yeah. So you don't say those things. Number two. Wait. Allow me to finish. NNPC has no reputation. Your reputation is for fraud. How can you sit on to our face and say people want their children to be
because the senator does not mean you should sit here and be abusing
you think we are
the whole people in NNPC and us here.
Mr. Chairman, we need to make wait. Don't do that. Wait. When the senator has the floor, please allow me to land, and I will land nicely. I listen. I hear you say people want their children to be employed in NNPC. Yes, because it's a house of thieves, and they want their children to benefit from it. Yeah. So you don't say those things. Number two. Wait. Allow me to finish.
Comment Adams Oshiomhole to withdraw that statement. It will make good to this Senate that will be asked to withdraw that statement publicly, so that it will be on record that he withdraws the statement. He was a good governor, a good legislator, but possibly it's a slip of tongue. It's not good to make such statements in a public place, because our future, my future, your future, the leader's future, all of us, our future lies in this country. We have no other country. For bringing this motion this morning, because NNPC is a very mega company in the world, not only in Nigeria. Anything that happens to NNPC happens to all Nigerians. Our income comes from NNPC. 90-something% of our income comes from NNPC. But the foreign exchange component of it. The leader have just shown that he's leader of the Senate, because it is not good for any committee or individuals to criminalize a big company like NNPC. It's unacceptable by all of us. It is not acceptable at all, because this is a life wire of the economy of this country.
With your authority, sir, let me share for the benefit of my distinguished colleagues the audit report accused the NNPC of not accounting for 210 trillion naira. And I give you a window. The auditors appointed by NNPC says NNPC alleged about 103 trillion was money deposited into bank accounts, and that those banks have gone under. And then we ask, this bank that have gone under, name the banks and how much was in each of those banks.
Mr. President, you have to rule on the order
Senator Oshiomhole. Senator Oshiomhole. The only thing that the whip of the Senate is Senator Benson Kenbowe. You were once a speaker, so you presided over the House of Assembly of Bayelsa State. Allow me to say something. If you interrupt me again, I will use my powers under this rule, like you used to use in Bayelsa. Let me bring this thing to an end. This is Senator Oshiomhole.
3 minutes I will round up.
No, I will. The only problem we have is that the motion was very specific. The motion is saying that you described NNPCL as being made up of a bunch of criminals and thieves. And that is what the motion of the leader is, that it was unparliamentary. Illegal. Okay, no, the aspect of illegal warrant of arrest could be a function of lack of reading of the Constitution, and I will address that on my own.
Why don't you allow me, Mr. President, with your permission? Let me just round up.
So, distinguished Senator.
I will speak to the issue of...
Distinguished Senator.
Sir.
Distinguished Senator. We have a lot of things to go into today that will benefit Nigerians. This issue is a distraction. Let me say that, please sit down, sir.
Sir, I beg you, allow me. You have put me on the witness box before the world. Allow me freedom to hear. There are two sides to a question. If we are too busy, why did you raise it without even calling me in an executive session?
Do you know how many
minutes? If you want to crucify me in public, I will defend myself in public. For God's sake, whoever has power, we must all exercise it with wisdom. Before we dismiss one of us, we should be allowed. You can sentence me to prison, but allow me to defend myself.
Senator Oshiomhole, you have 1 minute to round off.
Thank you so much. You are very generous. Even though you spent 40 minutes accusing me and lining up senators to reinforce the accusation, I conclude. First, we did not. It's a pity the chairman of the committee is not here. We acknowledge that the committee by itself does not have power to issue the bench warrant, but this will be communicated to Your Excellency, the Senate President, who has that power. Number two, this motion was not moved by me. It was seconded by one of your principal officers. None of those names have been mentioned. It is as if we went there on our own. Now, my choice of words, we have senior advocates here. Even in matters of murder, if you can establish that you acted under extreme provocation, the court will take a second view. This Senate, under your leadership, was being attacked. Our collective integrity was called into question. you were accused of nominating your children to work in NNPC. And here we're asking questions about 210. But what I want every member of the House to hear is that two issues. But NNPC claim over 107 million was in banks that have been liquidated. Without listing the name of the banks. Second, that about 103 trillion naira was by drivers and tankers that carry product of NNPC and they cannot account for it. Sir, I have a duty to the Nigerian nation first, and may God punish me anytime I knowingly allow my responsibility to be compromised by people who think they have money. That is why I said, among other things, that the laws of the Senate will be meaningful when we use it to deal with people who have money, who are lions, not when we harass innocent, poor civil servants. I said so. Now, with regards to my use of the word thieves, acted under provocation because your distinguished members were being attacked unjustly, and I thought I have a duty to defend all of us. Under extreme provocation that a man who cannot account for 107 trillion he claimed I deposited in various banks that have gone into liquidation. He did not name the banks. He did not name the amount. And the auditor said this is not correct. Not my opinion. That is the auditors. 9 times on your authority, we invited them. 9 times he did not show up. So is that an embarrassment to me or to you? If people think that NNPCMD is bigger than the decision of the Senate, I stand alone to say no. Everything in Nigeria Constitution, I've read it.
Why should money be missing in the first place? Why were audits not done? We don't want after the fact. We want prevention rather than cure. That's why I feel that we should be going. And this is what these Senate hearings should be geared towards. How do we prevent? How do we strengthen institutions? How do we increase accountability in institutions like the NNPC so that we don't have to come back to this kind of situation again? That's the importance of these kinds of hearings. Recover money and also prevent it from happening again.
So real quickly, I see a lot of grandstanding going on. At first, I will be surprised if you get to the end of this 210 trillion.
We can only ask.
The truth is you will not get to the end of it. You know why? Because the number itself is phantom. Let's be realistic. When you look at the NNPC books, and I think it was even Mele. I have a lot of things against Mele, all right? Because it was Mele that promised in 2019 that I assure you that the refineries will work, and it was Panda refinery they gave us. But the number is very phantom. It was mainly too that also started releasing the books of NNPC that we started seeing. And those books were seen over the years. So this phantom 210 million, it's not today. 210 trillion, it's not today. We always hear phantom numbers that when you see the numbers do not add up. Dr. But you remember what's it called? Post-stamp number, stamp duty. You remember how they push up the phantom figure of stamp duty? It was a ridiculous amount. So what came out of it? Nothing. So it's a lot of grandstanding. But I think also what we should do is to give account of what those subsidies regime and the under-recovery regime was. That's what I'm always about. And that's why you see, that's why I have qualms with President Tinubu over removal of subsidies, because I see all of this noise we are making now at the National Assembly was what President Tinubu ought to have investigated about the subsidy regime before he finally started saying, okay, we're pulling out subsidy and the corruption in the system that was perpetrated by NNPC. But what did President Tinubu do? He kept Mele on for a couple of years now. Afterwards, he didn't keep Mele on. So in the end, Oji and Ayo, it's going to be a lot of grandstanding. At first, the number is phantom. NNPC has released their books over the years since that, I think 2019 or 2020 up to this time. The books are there in public. I don't think there's any 210 trillion surfacing anywhere. And I will be surprised if that 210 trillion exists. Dr. Bati, you know the drill. Under your time, it was how much? $20 billion, did they say? Did the money ever come out? that the CBN said that the NNPC was not $20 billion. From there, when the audits came in, how did the number come? Did it not reduce to about 10 billion at some point or 5 billion? So it's not to the phantom numbers fly around in this country.
But we need accountability.
Very good. Now you can see that Oshiomhole have been very vocal in the Senate, and this man always call a spade a spade. Oshiomhole always come out to attack many of the atrocities. Many people said they do not agree with Oshiomhole that why is he putting on Tinubu's cap and all of that. For the fact that he's putting on Tinubu's cap is not even my issue. But for the fact that he's coming out to call even is the main bone of contention. This man was trying to speak up based on the fraud that happened in NNPC. He called NNPC Oga thieves. He called NNPC thieves. And they told this man to come and apologize. They told this man to come and apologize for that statement, to come and withdraw that statement. Are they not thieves? 210 trillion. Do you know how much is 210 trillion? 120 something billion dollars. And it's missing in a country like Nigeria. Money that is beyond the entire depth of Nigeria. So people, when I went to the comment section, people were saying that maybe many of the senators that were actually saying that Oshiomhole should apologize and all of that, they said maybe many of the senators are actually having hands in the way the money actually moved, in the way the money actually missed. Maybe they are actually part of the equation. Now, for them to retrieve this money from this man, the man is still even having mouth. The man is still even having say in the front of the committee. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. 210 trillion missing, and you still have mouth to challenge Oshiomhole. Look at the way the man was even more vocal. Nigeria is gone. Nigeria is gone, and Akpabio have the infantry, the temerity, telling Oshiomhole to actually withdraw the statement that NNPC are thieves. The NNPC that they are actually putting their children, all the senators, they are pushing their children to NNPC because fraud is going on there. They want their children to go and benefit and eat from the treasury of Nigeria. Oshiomhole said all these things, and Oshiomhole was trying to articulate his feeling in the Senate. Akpabio was silencing him, and the same Oshiomhole was speaking. Akpabio was saying that he should not speak on the matter again, that the matter is a distraction. 210 trillion matter is a distraction. Akpabio, where do we encounter these people? Where do we encounter these people? What is this? Oh my God. So whether we like it or not, the man will go scot-free. That NNPC or Gatiari or whatever his name is, the man will go scot-free. In a situation where Yaya Bello went scot-free after joining APC, in a situation where what was the name of the governor of this CBN then? I've forgotten his name. In a situation where all those ones actually went scot-free, is this man not going to go scot-free? The man that they're actually doing cover-up for already is obvious. We have never seen in the history of Nigeria the worst Senate that is even more worse than this Akpabio Senate. I think this is the 10th Senate or thereabout. A lot of people are saying that Akpabio must not come back to be the Senate President of Nigeria. You can see the question that Oshiomhole was asking. Oh God. Drop your opinion in the comment section of this video. Feel free. See your mind at the comment section regarding everything that was actually said in this video. See your mind. Feel free. As I'm gonna just get another trend for you. Share, follow me on my social media handles on Facebook at Lajipo Watch TV and Lipog Entertainment, and on Instagram at Lajipo. Guess what, guys? See you in my next videos, and bye for now.